So we've all heard the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover. It's the entire premise of Beauty and the Beast. Belle is able to look past his monstrous appearance to uncover his beauty within and find true love. What a load of bullshit. If you think prospective readers are going to be like Belle and look past stupid marketing decisions you made as an author, you are sadly mistaken. So the question is this: how do readers really judge a book? What makes them want to buy it and read it? That's what we'll cover in this video. Here we go. Number one, the title. Most people think the cover is the first thing a reader judges, but that's no longer true. It's only true if they're browsing in a physical bookstore, which is rarely the case anymore. Most books are now discovered either in person through word of mouth or online. In both cases, what is the first piece of information that they receive? The title. The title allows people to make an instantaneous assessment of whether the book seems relevant, whether it's for them, and if it sounds interesting. This is why we recommend spending so much time making sure you get the title right. So check out the video we did on how to pick the perfect title. Now let's be clear, a good title won't make your book do well, but a bad title will kill it. And I'll give you a great example of this. Nora Hayden wrote a book that she originally titled Astrological Love. And guess what? The book bombed because no one knew what it meant. And then they retitled it to How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time and Have Her Beg for More. Should probably buy that book for my wife's sake. Anyway, that title change allowed the book to go on to sell 3 million copies and hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. So you need a great title. That is the most important marketing decision that you can make. Don't screw it up. Number 2, recommending sources. If Joe Rogan or Bill Gates recommends a book, then thousands of readers rush out to buy it. We saw that firsthand when Joe Rogan recommended David Goggins' book to his millions of followers. We made a video on that one too. Check it out. This applies to friends as well. If you have a friend who is rich, successful, intelligent, you're probably going to listen to their book recommendation over somebody who is unemployed and living with their parents. No judgments from me, I've been there. This is because the credibility of the person recommending the book is hugely important. In fact, what usually happens is that readers transfer the credibility of the recommender onto the book. They'll say, oh, if Joe Rogan likes it, it must be amazing, even though it's subjective. That's why we coach our authors on getting crystal clear on who their audience is. You have to know who your book is perfect for. And that's something a lot of authors screw up in the writing process. At the beginning, they try and write it for everyone instead of a specific niche. So if you can write the perfect book for your niche, they're gonna love recommending it to people who are just like them. So you don't need to have famous people recommending your book in order for it to do well. But you do need credible people referring your book to other people who are like them. And by the way, if you want to write a book that's worth recommending, head over to scribebookschool.com. You can get our free courses on how to write a nonfiction book, how to write a memoir, and even how to self-publish your book. So check out scribebookschool.com if you need help getting your book done. Number 3, the cover. So if your reader's still interested after hearing your title and taking the referral source into account, then they will go to Amazon or to a bookstore if the pandemic is over, and they'll look at your cover. Now, the most important thing at this point is that the reader is not repelled. Most people are looking for reasons to not buy your book. So your cover has to not give any reason to say, ooh, and move on with their lives. This is why we recommend you invest in getting your cover right. And that means hiring a professional book cover designer. And so many authors screw this up. myself included. Oh, God. This is an embarrassing confession. I thought I could design my own book cover once, and I tried. I spent more than 8 hours trying to come up with this design, and I legitimately believed that it was good. I thought it was really good. And then I showed it to a professional book cover designer named Erin Tyler, who actually works with me at Scribe. She said, "Oh, that's cute. Send me the files, and I'll spruce it up a bit." So I was like, sweet. Less than an hour later, she sent me this. That is 100 times better. Now, if I'd been an idiot and gone with my amateur design, I might have sold 1,000 copies. Instead, that book has sold more than 20,000 copies. So if you focus on nothing else for the marketing of your book, you really need to nail these 3 things: the title, recommending sources, and the cover. If you nail those 3 things, you've given your book a great shot, and people will judge it favorably, and they'll likely buy it and read it. Of course, those aren't the only things that people look at. There are about a dozen factors that readers take into consideration when they're judging your book. So if you want to learn all of those so you can maximize your chances of people buying and reading your book, then check out the link in the description below. Click on one of these videos to learn more about how to write and publish your book this year.